Hey everybody. I had a friend suggest to me that I get recording some things just to knock the rust off of me presenting, quote unquote. And I didn't want to do video. So I'm doing some audio because he feels like my writing is good, but hearing my voice is better and more impactful in his mind. So I'm going to share a little topic today, probably about 15 or 20 minutes, and share it on YouTube and see if y'all want to comment about it. So what I'm led to talk about today is in my book called Get Ready, Get Set, Flow, chapter 4 is called The Four Orbs of Soul-Powered Living. The Four Orbs of Soul-Powered Living. And what those are is spiritual, metaphysical, physical, and emotional. And you can get the book and read all about them. Now, what I hear a lot is people going, I just got to trust the universe, or, it's in God's hands, or I'm doing all the right things. Why am I not getting what I want? And when we have those types of thoughts and beliefs, it shows that there is I guess I might say a blip in the matrix of these four orbs. And so we want to make sure that there are as few blips in the matrix for you as possible as you move through the world as a soul-powered person. And I'm going to talk about two of these today, which are spiritual and metaphysical. So I'm going to read a little bit, just short thing out of my book on chapter 4 on page 15, so that we can start off, and then I'm going to chat just a little bit about it. Soul-powered people can't live a divided life. All of those statements contain elements of separateness. Saying you've got to trust the universe is ridiculous because it has no free will. It's really about trusting yourself. Saying God will get you out of something is ridiculous because it might be an experience you're supposed to be having. It's really about trusting your sacred calling. Now, I call your why or your purpose your sacred calling. Thinking that doing all the right things will get you what you want is ridiculous because doing is just one element. It's really about why you want what you want and how you feel about the things that you want. So what I find is in my belief system, and everyone has a choice, so what you're hearing today, you can leave it or lump it or or take on some or all of it, is that we have a phone line to the divine, so to speak. That's your intuition. In my world is your intuition. And then we also have that vibrational connection to the universe. So when I talk about the phone line to the divine, in my world, what I believe, that is my spiritual connection. And the metaphysical connection is my like attracts like side of what I do, meaning that I want to use those tools in like attracts like, what you think about, you bring about, that type of thing in the metaphysics, so that that's working as well. The reason that I feel those are different, there's certainly crossover, but they're different because the universe has no free will itself. We have free will. The universe doesn't have free will. Now, depending on your belief system, God, tree, Buddha, whatever you call higher power, if you believe in that, is something to consider and bring into play. And that's what I put in that spiritual category. That's the phone line to the divine. And what that is our mindfulness practices that we have and choose in order to keep communicating with our soul's calling, which is part of spiritual, not metaphysical. And that's what helps us it kind of serves as a divining rod. And that's what helps us move through the world, is tapping in to that intuition. So you can't see it because you're listening to me, but I'm flailing my left hand around because spiritual is on that side. I put that on the left side as I'm flailing my hand around. Now, if we talk about metaphysical on the right side, you might say, wait, Christine, metaphysical is the phone line to the divine because it's what you think about, you bring about, right? And it's like attracts like. So you're speaking to somebody or something about, what it is you want. The thing though is that there's no free will when it comes to metaphysics. So the you know the universe doesn't dangle you over a pot of boiling water to threaten you to do the right thing in your sacred calling. Um, it doesn't have. It's not punitive. It is simply a call and response system. It's a call and response system. So it's that you put your vibrational frequency out there, and it's going to draw the same vibrational frequency back. That's all it's designed to do, is go out there and rotely do that thing. Now, here's where I think these two things get interesting. Of course, this is my body of work, so of course I think it's interesting. Is that I believe that spiritual is what drives metaphysical. So the energetics of metaphysics can be influenced by spiritual. So let's talk about this in real world. Let's say that, and actually this is part of my story. Those of you who know me know that I've been, that I've rubbed two nickels together more than a few times in my entrepreneurship. And for those of you who don't know me, it means that when my money's gotten really tight, and that has happened several times. And I can be frustrated and say, dang it, why, no matter what I do, I'm doing all the right things when it comes to the law of attraction, putting the vibration out there. But even when I'm doing that, I'm going back to rubbing two nickels together. There seems to be a bit of a cycle. And quite honestly, now that I look back, it's kind of like a 3-year cycle of up and down. You might call that a roller coaster. So I can be doing all the right things. Why am I not getting consistent income that sustains me well, instead of going these ups and downs to being great and then having two nickels to rub together, and being great and rubbing two nickels together? In my belief system, it's because there must be something in my sacred calling or in my soul's calling that is not aligned with me being flush with money all the time. So my calling, my why, my purpose might not be aligned with being flush with money all the time. One of the things I think about is with my big kahuna vision that I have, and when I work with clients, I help them consider what their big kahuna vision is, and also their ideal life design, which is a subset of the big kahuna vision. But mine involves a lot of money, a lot of people, a lot of interworking mechanisms going all at the same time. And I believe that my sacred calling, my soul's calling, is driving the energy of my experience in the metaphysics of money, so that I'm having the experience of not having a lot of money, because there might be a time in the world, I don't know, the zombie apocalypse or something, where we have to start over, and someone's going to need to know how to make things happen and make ends meet without having a lot of money. And I'll get to raise my hand and say, me. That was me. So that is one quick example of how I believe spiritual drives the energy of metaphysics. So it may seem like a small distinction to you listening, but I encourage you to think further about what I'm saying here. The how do I clear my phone line to the divine is by building my connection to the what I call the source of my understanding, fill in the blank, whatever yours might be. And that then is a signal into my intuition that tells me or guides me on which way to go, which decision to make, which, I don't know, course to take, which milk to buy. I don't know. I'm being silly, but that might happen. So that's what I'm tapping into. And I know that when I tap into the source of my understanding and that phone line to the divine, which is my intuition, that is going to be the divining rod connected to my soul's calling or my sacred calling, your purpose or your why, whatever word you want to use. On the other side, now I'm waving my right hand around in the air, is the universe or metaphysics. And so I don't have a divine, a phone line to the divine on that side. What I have is a vibrational resonance that goes into the ethers and looks for that vibrational resonance and brings it back to me so that I've got that like attracts like. That's its only job. Its only job is to bring back what you're sending out. And it's the timing may be different. One of the belief systems I have with the universe or the metaphysics is that I see the metaphysical of this equation having lots of little chessboards going at the same time. And when I send something out to the universe and it goes, okay, I've got to make this thing happen for Christine. In order to do that, I need to go back 3 chessboards and move this person here, and which will make this person move there, which will make this person move here and make this situation happen. And then Christine will get what she wants. Now, why do I think that? Because, some of us get frustrated. We don't get it right away. We can get it right away, but it doesn't always happen that way. So sometimes there are other people at play that need to get what they want or be moved in that equation so that the universe can answer your call. Again, call and response system. And then, like I said before, if I send something out into the universe at a frequency that is something that I want, and spirit, on the other hand, on the left side here, as I'm waving my hand around over here, and spirit says, well, I don't know, Christine, that isn't aligned with your soul's calling, your sacred calling. And so I'm going to keep that from you. And so spirit will, my belief system will intercept that or keep that from happening. And that's why sometimes we get so frustrated that, gosh darn it, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing and it's not working. So if you're interested in reading a little more of this, go back to my book, Get Ready, Get Touch, Flow. I'll put a link in the bottom here of the description of this video or this audio. I'm going to upload this into YouTube with a image on I think you'll laugh at the image, and you'll get to listen to the audio. So I want to thank my friend. It's actually Mike Doyle who encouraged me to record audio instead of just doing writing. And I'm looking forward to bringing more topics like this, not only from the book, but also from situations that I face in my life, and I can bring those in and kind of describe how I put these 4 orbs of living into play with each one. So I thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.